A very good afternoon, students. Myself, Rehana Anjum, and I am the faculty of Chemical Department and JNTUA CA and JNTUA University, Anantapur. And the subject which I am going to discuss with you is Constitution of India. And here we are going to learn about first unit. It's an introduction to Indian Constitution and the meaning of the terms and Indian Constitution sources and the history and some features and citizenship rules and preamble, fundamental rights and duties and direct principle of state policies. Here, coming to an introduction to Indian Constitution, let us know what is Constitution. Constitution means it's almost everything we did is by govern some set of rules. Means there are rules like game for cricket and traffic rules to be obeyed by the government. Obeyed by the road for workers in the workplace. So there are also rules imposed by morality and customs that play an important role in telling us what we should do and what we should not do. Okay, for example, in the game of cricket, umpire is an full authorized, full power of person to enforce the rules or laws of the game on the ground. He plays a very vital role as an umpire, and he takes every action. Okay, and another example, on roads the traffic police makes us to follow the rules. Okay, means constitution is a some set of rules which should be given to us to follow. Okay, here another way we can tell, according to the rules, what is constitution means some rules that are made by legislators like Lok Sabha or Raj Sabha in India for their own country. We call it as a law. We need laws in society so that our society can regulate and work properly. And laws are designed to protect us and our properties and to ensure that everyone in society behaves the way that the community expect them to do. Okay, so laws tells us what to expect as a consequences of our actions, and laws have been glue that kept society together. Without law, there will be anarchy. Okay, there is no literature, there is no uneven means there is no even there is no some type of sequence, without a proper guidelines, there is no society, perfect society. So this constitution tells us how to live with some set of rules. In general, the constitution is a supreme law of land. All other laws that have conformed to constitution, the constitution contains two laws concerning the government and its relation between the relation with the people in the country. A constitution has concern with two main aspects. They are, one is the relation between the different levels of government, and second one is the relation between the government and the citizen. Okay, we will further discuss what is this citizenship, what is citizen means. Okay, and next one is, in this constitution, the relationship between government and the people. Here, government there are three types of government like legislative, judiciary, and executive. So here legislative will makes the laws. Okay, the judiciary means it will tells the which made by legislator the law to whom it has to be implemented, how it is suitable to people or not, it will justify this judiciary committee. Then next one exclusive, they enforces the law which should be followed by the people. Okay, this is role of constitution in relationship between government and the people of that country. In technical definition, a constitution is a set of fundamental principles according to which an state or other organization has to be governed. These rules together makes up, that is what we entity, and when the principle are written down in a single collection or a set of legal documents, those documents may be said to be compare a written constitution. Okay. Then finally, the document containing laws and rules which determine and um, describes the form of government, the relationship between the citizens and the government is called the constitution. Here coming to assemblies, constitution assemblies. On the basis of framework provided by cabinet mission. Here cabinet mission was a high powered mission sent in February 1947 to India by Attlee government, means British Prime Minister. The mission has three British cabinet members, and um, the cabinet mission aims to discuss the transfer of powers from British to Indian leadership. Okay, and this Constituent Assembly was constituted on 9th December 1946 to draft a constitution for the country. The constitution making bodies were elected by legislative assembly containing of 389 members, which includes 93 first from the state and 296 from the British India. The seats to a British Indian provisions and the state was allotted in position to their respective population and were to be divided among Muslims, Sikhs, and rest of the committees. All sessions of the Indian society get represented in the Constituent Assembly in strip of limited survey. The first meeting of Constitution Assembly took place on December 9, 1947 at New Delhi with Dr. Satyanand being elected as a president of Constituent Assembly. However, on December 11, 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as a president and H.C. Mukherjee as a vice president of a constituent assembly. Okay. Here coming to the committees of the constituent assembly. There are 8 committees which are mentioned here. First one is Constituent Making Union Power Committee. Second one is Union Constitution Committee. Third one is Professional Constitution Committee. Fourth one, Drafting Committee. Fifth one, Advisory Committee on Fundamental Rights and Monetaries. And sixth one is Rules of Procedure Committee, seventh is State Committee, and eighth is Jawaharlal Steering Committee. Among these eight committees, the most significant was the Drafting Committee. On 29 August 1947, the Constituent Assembly set up an drafting committee under chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to prepare a draft committee for India. So next one, functions of Constituent Assembly. So first one is framing of constitution, means framing the constitutions, how the rules to be added, how the laws to be framed. So in these framing of constitution will help. Next one, enacting laws and involvement involved in the decision making process. In this decision will be finalized. Then it adopted the national anthem on July 22, 1947. It, it adopted and approved Indians' membership of British Commonwealth in May 1949. It elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as the first president of India on 24th January 1950. It adopted the national anthem on 24th January 1950. It also adapted national song on 24th January 1950. Then, some facts about this Indian Constitution. The Assembly meet in sessions open the public for 166 days, spread over a period of 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days before adopting the constitutions. It was finally passed and accepted in on November 26, 1949. The 308 members of constitution means assembly signed with two copies final of documents, which one is in Hindi and English on January 24th, 1950. On the same day, the assembly elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as a Prime Minister of India, which comes into effect on January 26, 1950, known as celebrated as a Republic Day of India. Government of Indian Acts.